Hello, I'm Marcus, and this is the Decaffeinated Horror Vlog. Today, I'll be ranking the top 10 movies of Dario Argento, the Italian horror master. Welcome to my vlog, which is dedicated to Italian horror and Giallo films. And today I am going to be ranking what I consider the 10 greatest movies of the director Dario Argento, arguably the greatest director of Italian horror. Now, this is no slight meant to Mario Bava, Lucio Fulci, all the other great directors that have worked in the genre, but I really feel that Dario Argento stands above them all. It's an unparalleled career. Between the years of 1970 and 2022, he directed 20 theatrical films, all of which I considered for the top 10. I won't be considering movies that he was just the producer on, such as Demons or The Church, and I won't be considering any works that he produced for television, such as episodes of Masters of Horror. These are strictly the 20 theatrical movies of his, and I'm not going to break down the stories of each movie, just do a quick discussion, talk about the elements I like and why I ranked them where I did. So without further ado, here is the top 10. Number 10 is The Cat O' Nine Tails from 1971, Dario Argento's second movie. After the success of his first movie, he was pretty much given free rein to direct another Giallo movie. Now, fans of this and Four Flies on Grey Velvet might be disappointed that I don't rank them higher, but to me, I never really emotionally connected with those two movies as much as some of his other movies. But that's not a knock, although I know Argento himself ranked Cat O' Nine Tails as the least favorite of his works at one point, but I think that's unfair. I think it's a really good Giallo film, a really good follow-up to his initial work. Ennio Morricone does the score, which is really effective. It has a lot of suspenseful set pieces, some really good performances, and honestly, Argento directs this with a lot of style. It's not as groundbreaking as his later work, perhaps, but it's a deserving entry at number 10.
He's dead. The man you told me to look at the other night. Scientist crushed by train.
Number 9 is Sleepless from 2001. I don't have a movie to show off right now, unfortunately. I don't own this movie. That's criminal. I need to run out and buy this. This may be considered a bit of a hot take, putting Sleepless in the top 10. Well, to be honest, I consider ranking it even higher. This is a really good movie. Almost a great Giallo film. Might be a bit of a cliche to say, but it's a return to form for Dario Argento. This movie has, well, first off, has an opening set piece, which is bloody and amazing, just really effective. Stars Max von Sydow giving a fine performance. I mean, this movie is just filled with suspense and dread and violence. It is a really good Giallo style movie for modern times. It's a great later day Argento work. It's masterful camera work. I mean, the only reason I didn't rank it higher is because there's so many amazing movies above it, but this movie is my number 9. Give it a chance. See Sleepless.
Where are you? I'll find you.
Number 8 is Trauma from 1993, which I covered in my vlog pretty recently, episode 10 to be exact. Afterwards, you should go check that vlog out. I make a case for defending Trauma. I'm going to try and make that case once again. This is a really well done Giallo mystery. Has great murder scenes. The killer uses a really innovative handheld device for decapitating all the victims. And there are a lot of victims in this movie. Plus, towards the end, there's a flashback. It's a dark, dark scene explaining the backstory of the killer. Really effective. And the movie overall has a really nice score. This is truly an underrated movie of Argento. I've always liked this movie. I really think you should give this a second chance. If you haven't seen it, go in with your eyes open. Number 8 is Trauma. Good movie.
Whose face? You saw him. Tell me, whose face, Aura?
Number 7 is Opera from 1987. I love this movie. I love this release. What a beautiful release from Seven Films. This movie is Dario Argento Unchained. No boundaries. The peak of his career, big budget, ideas just bursting out of his head, trying anything. This is a fantastic collection of set pieces, images, murders, barely held together. It's kinetic energy almost bursting apart. Yes, there are cracks in the foundation. Yes, you can see the seams. There are issues with the plot. It's not perfect, but what a movie. And what an image. Betty, the main character, she's tied up, has those razors taped to her face. So if she tries to close her eyes, it's going to hack up her eyelids. She's forced to watch murders. This is a twisted version of Hitchcockian voyeurism. I'd like to think Alfred Hitchcock was thinking of something like that if he worked in what was then, modern times. Argento showing his influences from Phantom of the Opera to Alfred Hitchcock, everything in between, drawing from his own life. Just a super fun, modern Giallo. It could be better. It's why it's only number 7, but this is really great stuff.
If you try to close your eyes, you'll tear them apart. So you'll just have to watch everything.
Number 6 is Phenomena from 1985. Now, I covered this in a vlog a little ways back, vlog episode 5, I do believe. Make sure you check that out at some point. This movie, I almost flip-flopped it with Opera. On any given day I could. They're from the same period. They're both Argento with ideas just flying out of him. All sorts of crazy stuff. This movie, my favorite word for it, it's bonkers. This is a bonkers 1980s Giallo with slight supernatural elements. Now, this movie, it has extreme opinions about it. Some people love it. I've seen a lot of people put it as their favorite Argento movie. Then there are some people that think it's ridiculous. It can be both things. This movie is vastly entertaining and horrific. There are graphic murders. There's a sympathetic lead in Jennifer Connelly. But this movie just never stops. I've talked about it before, but again, a chimpanzee wielding a straight razor, bugs that are controlled by this girl, killings. This movie is delightfully bonkers, and it is number 6 on this list. I like it so much. Check it out if you haven't. Okay, we're at the halfway point in this top 10 list. Just wanted to pause and do one honorable mention. Do You Like Hitchcock from 2005? Now, this movie doesn't qualify for the list. It was made for Italian television, but I wanted to mention it because I never see anyone mention it, to be honest. Um, This is a really good little movie. It's in Argento's, Giallo mold, while at the same time being an homage to Alfred Hitchcock. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a good mystery, good performances, and it has a lot of style. So my honorable mention is Do You Like Hitchcock? Probably hard to find it, but seek it out. I think you'll be happy you did. Number 5 is Inferno from 1980. Sadly, I don't own the movie currently. However, I do own the soundtrack on vinyl, so I can show that off. Isn't that beautiful? So glad I bought that. But on to the movie itself. If you're not familiar, this is a supernatural horror movie from Dario Argento. It's the second entry in his Three Mothers trilogy, following Suspiria. Probably an underrated film, although over time people seem to be appreciating it more and more. Perhaps it's finally gotten its due. This is a beautiful movie. It has lurid colors, yet a colder color palette than Suspiria. It has atmosphere, surreal images, and horror. Let's not get too arty here. This is a horror movie. Um, Plenty of horror there. It might be better plotted than Suspiria overall, but that's not important. In an Argento supernatural horror movie, the narrative isn't important. He's reaching into his head and pulling out these nightmares, these dark dreams, as he calls them, and putting them on the screen for us to enjoy. And I'm grateful that he does. He pulls the plot wherever it needs to go, even if it doesn't make sense. They have these great set pieces, great murders, all sorts of amazing stuff. So Inferno is number 5. Spectacular movie. Number 4 is The Bird with the Crystal Plumage from 1970, Dario Argento's directorial debut. Truly a great movie, a great Giallo film. I have a long personal history with this movie. It's the first Argento movie I saw. It's the first one I owned. I bought a beat up used copy on VHS back in, I think, 1989. I've seen it more than any other Argento movie. I love this movie. It's amazing to me that this was his debut as a director. He directs it with such confidence. For first film, I mean, this movie is suspenseful. It is shot well. It'll have you second guessing every development. There are red herrings, violent attacks, great music from Morricone. Tony Masanti stars as Sam. It's a likable character, but more importantly, it's a likable, thoughtful performance by Tony Masanti. This is one of the greatest Giallo films. It took a blooming Giallo genre, put it over the top, made it super popular, influenced so many movies, and I wish I could rate it higher. I could go on and on. There are funny parts. There is a good mystery to it all. It has a satisfying conclusion. There's unspoken, I don't want to give away much, but there's unspoken things at the end of the movie, which you'll be thinking about afterwards. Really a great movie. Deserves to be number 4. Love it. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
How do I open the door? I can't get in.
Number 3 is Deep Red from 1975. Any of the top 3 movies could be higher or lower. They're all interchangeable. It's that close. These three are all great movies. The risk of sounding pretentious, the three movies in the top of this list are all legitimate pieces of art. These are three great horror movies. Deep Red specifically, this is the uber Giallo film, the ultimate Giallo film. It's beyond anything Giallo movies had done up to that point. It takes all great elements of Giallo films. It takes horror, suspense, mystery, surprise, dread, all crammed into one movie. It's colorful, it's thrilling, it's violent. I should probably talk about the plot somewhat. So the movie opens with a flashback. Someone has a childhood trauma, really traumatic, deeply affected somebody. We jump forward to present day. David Hemmings, who gives a really strong performance, plays a pianist who is also the amateur detective. All Giallo movies have an amateur detective. There's a string of murders that start, and he is determined to figure them out. Like Argento loves, there's a missing piece of the puzzle. There's a clue. Something was seen. He has to figure out what it all means. He has to put it together before it's too late. This is a great movie. The set pieces, the murders, the layers of mystery in this movie. This is fantastic. I wish I could put Deep Red higher. On a given day, I would, but it's a great movie. Everything Argento could think of that makes you uncomfortable, that scares you, that makes you wince, it's in this movie. Genuine, surprising movie, right to the final, right to the last moment. So I hope I sold it enough. Deep Red's number 3, great movie.
You're doing messing around with this business anyway.
Number 2 is Tenebre from 1982. Truly a great movie. Some might quibble with it being this high. I could have rated it number 1, to be honest. Depends on the day. It's always in my top 3 Argento films, though. This movie is a study of art and artists, in this case, a writer, but it's an incredibly cool movie, mean spirited. It's a violent, modern Giallo masterpiece. Super violent. I mean, there are sprays of blood, there's stabbings and hackings with an axe. And to be clear, this has a well constructed plot. For all the knocks Argento gets for his stories, this plot is well constructed. Everything makes sense at the end of the day. This is one of the greatest, it is the greatest Giallo of the 80s and one of the greatest of all time. It's a masterpiece. I should touch on the story itself. It has a great lead performance. So, the main character is a successful horror writer American horror writer. He's come to Europe and he's come to Italy. He's being stalked and harassed by, is it a fan? Someone who has been affected by his work in a sick way. There's a series of murders. And that's all I want to say. I'm going to devote a whole episode to this one day. I have so much to say about it, to be honest, but has a magnificent, unsettling score, an unusual score. It's so memorable. It's just amazing camera work. The movie will surprise you from start to finish. Tenebre is number 2, could be higher. Absolutely love this movie. Which brings us to number 1 on this list, and it should be no surprise. It is Suspiria, 1977. If you're a fan of Argento, casual or otherwise, there's no other choice. I'm sure you knew this was coming. This is a great piece of Italian cinema. It's an absolutely great horror movie, classic horror movie, just a masterpiece. What can I say about Suspiria that hasn't been said? Nothing, but I'm going to try. The plot: Susie Bannon, played by Jessica Harper, she's an American who comes to a ballet academy in West Germany. There's a series of murders. There's a hidden clue. This is a supernatural horror movie, but there are elements of Giallo in it. There's a hidden clue, which comes into play towards the end of the movie. There are slashings. There's glass breaking, which is such a popular motif in Argento movies. This movie has the most thrilling, violent, scary, colorful 15-minute opening of any horror movie you'll ever see. I can go on and on. I probably will. Hearing in my voice, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm talking so much. It has a magnificent, jarring soundtrack by the band Goblin. Just music that makes you feel uncomfortable at times. And what a beautiful movie. Amazing colors. Argento was inspired by Snow White and those early Technicolor cartoons. He was influenced by the poetry of Thomas de Quincey, by folklore, the history of witchcraft. Takes all this in and puts it in this movie. It's a great horror movie. It's super colorful. Things don't always make sense. They don't have to. Does whatever it takes to scare you and give you something to think about. Suspiria is number one on this list. If you haven't seen it, see it. Just a great horror movie. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. This episode has been a labor of love for me. I put a lot of thought into it. I'm really happy with how this list turned out. But, it's just one person's opinion. This is not the definitive list. I'd love to hear your list. Heck, my list could change from week to week, if I'm really honest. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to devote time to some of his other movies: Four Flies on Grey Velvet, Two Evil Eyes, The Stendhal Syndrome, his most recent movie, Dark Glasses, even Dracula. I'd love to talk about Dracula, but there's only so much time. Do me a favor, subscribe to the video if you want to see more. Like this video, that helps out. Check out my other videos. I've done a couple on Argento movies. I'm going to be doing some more, and I may do some more list episodes like this. This was a lot of fun. So I'll see you next week, each and every Saturday. Thanks again.